Hello, Mary C. Williams friends. This is Miss Britt here. I am going to be doing finding area and perimeter of irregular rectilinear shapes with you. This is day 2 of the same lesson. You had Monday where you were doing the perimeter, and then with me on Tuesday you did area, and then on Wednesday you did this, which is finding the perimeter and the area. So we're going to do a little bit of both, and again today. And then the same thing will be happening on Friday. If you have questions, you will come see us. Our essential question for today is, how do I determine or figure out the area or the perimeter of an irregular rectilinear shape? We have a little visual here for you, and then you're going to read the directions on each slide. The whole presentation is worth 20 points. All right, our first shape, go ahead and start putting that down on your whiteboard. You need to pause the video if you need a moment, which you probably do. Pause the video and put this down on your whiteboard, and then go ahead and get your labels like I have mine. Pause it. This is the same shape, just a little closer to the camera. All right, so first step, hopefully you paused your camera and got all of that written down. Check for labels. You're going to tell me yes or no. Is everything labeled? Remember, we start at the top and we work our way around clockwise. We work our way around the shape clockwise. So we start at the top. The first one is 5. Is there a measurement? Yes. We turn a corner. We look for a measurement. Yes. We turn a corner. Look for a measurement. Yes. Turn a corner. Look for a measurement. Yes. You need to be doing this, kind of like I'm doing it. Turn the corner and check, because it helps you. If you just glance at it, you might miss something. Turn the corner. Yes. Turn the corner. Yes. Turn the corner. Yes. Turn the corner. Yes. And I am back right here where I started. So, is this shape completely labeled? Yes, it is. So, on your work, in that first box, you are going to be putting a yes or a no. It says that, and it also tells you to label it if needed, but you do not need to label it today. So, step 1, is it labeled? Yes. That is worth 1 point. Step 2, we got to break the shape up. Today, you will be breaking the shape up. If you are using an iPad, some of you guys were having trouble yesterday, but it does work. You have to touch it quickly and drag. You can't put your finger on it and hold it. You have to touch and move all at the same time. So on your work, it tells you to either break the shape vertically or horizontally. Mine doesn't tell me right here, but we know horizontal lines go this way, and vertical lines go up and down. Vertical. So I'm going to look over here and I'm going to see the best way to break this shape. If I break it horizontally, then I still have another irregular shape. I would have to break it into 3 shapes. I can do that. I definitely can. But that's not my suggestion. My suggestion on this one is to break it vertically. If I break it vertically, then I only have to do the area of this rectangle and the area of this rectangle. So I only have to do 2 lengths times widths instead of having to do 3 if I do it the other way. So this time we are going to break it vertically. And on your paper, it tells you how to break it, and the line is there. So you won't have to guess on how to break it. Use this line to break horizontally. That's your first problem. And you're also doing another vertical break on the 3rd page. So you have 3 pages of work to do. All right, so is it labeled? Yes. We broke it. Yes, we broke it vertically. Now we need to circle and multiply, but before we can circle, we have to kind of analyze. We have to figure out what is the length and what is the width. I like to do mine on paper and put length times width in here because I want to know what my area is going to be, and its area equals length times width. What is my length and what is my width? Remember, length is going this way and width is going this way. So length horizontal, width is vertically. What is my length? I'm looking at all the horizontal lines that have to do with just this shape. Only worried about this shape. I'm going to outline it in purple. So you can see that we're only talking about how long this shape is. How long is this shape? How long is it? If I look at all of my measurements just around the purple rectangle, then I can tell that my length is 5 centimeters. Yep, right here. The length equals 5 centimeters. What is my width? And it's actually not very difficult to figure out the width on this one either. What is my width? How wide is it? Perfect. I'm going to use this right here. This is my width. That's how wide it is. How wide is it? Perfect. 9 centimeters. Area equals, I like to go ahead and write everything inside of my box so that all of my work is already over here and I've done the work for that box. And then when I go over here, it makes my life a whole lot easier. So here I am. 5 times 9 is 45 centimeters. And I better remember to put all day long. That's right. Square. Now, if you do not know how to put the little 2, some of us do, some of us don't, you can always write it as 45 square, SQ, dot centimeters. All right, we have this one. I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. All right, we need the length and the width for the green rectangle now. I'm outlining it in green. See how it overlaps right there on top of that purple? Yep. All right, what is my length and my width for the green rectangle? You should have the right measurements because I put it up close to the camera in the beginning and told you to pause it. So in case you're having trouble seeing my numbers, you have them. All right. Area equals length times width. Area equals what is the length of the green rectangle? Good. 4 centimeters. You guys are getting really good at this. Times what is the width? Now pay attention because the width over here was 9, but you can obviously tell that this rectangle is smaller than this rectangle. So make sure you use the right measurement. What is the width? Perfect. We're going to use that 5. And we use the 4 there. And we use the 5 up here. And the 9. I'm using color coded to help you see things. So it is 4 centimeters times 5 centimeters. And mine's going to have to go off with the side of the rectangle. That's okay. Area equals, what is 4 times 5? Yes, 20 centimeters and perfect. 20 centimeters square, or remember you can always write it as square centimeters if you choose to. All right, we have all of our work over there. Miss Britt is going to come over here and plug things in. So the first step was to circle. We did circle the numbers that we needed. On your paper, you are required to drag these circles down and onto the shape. They do move. We have tried it. So you drag them. Remember, if you're on an iPad, touch it quick and move. Touch it quick and move. All right, so circle and then multiply. We have circled our numbers. We need to, if you go back to my example page, everything is there that you need. You start with the formula. You start with area equals, we are doing the length times the width of one rectangle plus the length and the width of the second rectangle. Now we've got to multiply. We've got to put our numbers in to multiply. What is the length and the width of the first rectangle? What is my length and my width? You've got all the work there. Keep it in parentheses. 5 centimeters times 9. Actually, I'm going to put the colors in to help you see. Oh, it was in black. 5 centimeters times 9 centimeters plus my second rectangle was 4 centimeters times 5 centimeters. My next step is to come down here. We've got our numbers that we are multiplying. We've got it set up, and we're going to go ahead and multiply, but you're going to put the answers down here. So in this next box, you're going to say area equals, what was 5 times 9? It was 45 centimeters square, plus what was 4 times 5? Yes, it was 20 centimeters square. Last but not least, you're going to put it all together to give me your final answer. Area equals, what is 45 plus 20? If you cannot do that in your head, then you need to stack and add. 45 plus 20. 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 2 is 6. My answer is 65. Lovely. Centimeters square. Do not forget that that is your final answer. On your work, this is worth 1 point. This is worth 1 point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. So make sure that you are doing it completely. All right, next one. All right, so our next example is going to be a perimeter example. So this is your shape. Pause the video. Take time to write your labels and your shape. Okay, now that you have your shape over here on your whiteboard, make sure you have these 3 labels. Pause the video if you need a moment. All right, step 1 is to label. And remember, we are always going to start at the top and go perfect. And just in case you want to see how that word is written, it is clockwise. So we want to make sure that we're going in the same direction that the hands on a clock moves. All right, so we're going clockwise. We start at the top and we go clockwise. We start here and work our way around. From this corner to this corner, is there a label? Yes. This corner to this corner, is there a label? Yes. Corner to corner, yes. Corner to corner, yes. Corner to corner, yes. Corner to corner, yes. So is my shape labeled? Perfect. 1 point right there. You put yes or no. In this case, it's a yes. Step 2 is to write your equation, and you're going to start clockwise and work your way around. So, one strategy that I use is either the check marks beside it to make sure I don't miss something, or like a little dot or something, or sometimes I would circle them. I don't want you doing any circles. You can put a check mark or something if you need to. Write your equation. We start with 2 centimeters plus 5 centimeters plus 4 centimeters plus 6 centimeters plus 6 centimeters plus 11 centimeters. And all of this is going to equal our what? Perfect, our perimeter. It is going to equal our perimeter. Now, I'm going to do just like Miss Caldwell because I believe in combining like numbers, or I believe in combining numbers that are similar to each other that make it easier for us to add. Instead of trying to add all of those, I like to write them out like Miss Caldwell and do it sideways. So we have 2 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 11 centimeters. Are there any numbers that make it very easy to add? Yeah, absolutely. So it doesn't matter which order you go in. You can say 4 and 6 make 10, or you could go ahead and put your 6's together and you could say 6 plus 6 is 12 because I know my doubles. I'm going to go with that one. I like to do doubles, and then I like to put a little line through them because I've used them. What else can I put together? I know that 4 and 1 make 5, so I am going to take 4 centimeters and 11 centimeters and make, perfect, 15 centimeters. What else can I do? I would really just like to add that 5 to this 5, because 5 plus 15 is 20 centimeters. And then I can forget about this 15, and all I'm left with is 20, 12, and 2. It is very easy for me to add that 2 to this 2, so that's going to become 14 centimeters. So now I can get rid of this and I can get rid of that, and all I'm left with is 14 and 20, which makes it very easy for me to stack and add. $34 centimeters. Do I need to put a square on this one? No, I do not, because I'm not working with area. So my answer would be perimeter equals 34 centimeters. Now, if you just want to check over yourself, or you just like to go in a straight, neat, nice line, you can do that. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. 11 plus 6 is 17. 17 plus 6 is 23. 23 plus 10 is 33. And then add one more is 34. So you can do that. I just like to put my numbers like this and put them together. Or I like to do it in my head and go, that becomes 10, that becomes 7, that becomes 17, 6 and 11 is another 17, and then I could still add it very easily over here and get 34. All right, that is your perimeter example for today. So much easier with perimeter. All right, let's go back and do one more area problem. And here you have 1 point, 2 points. Remember, if you do not have equals P, it's going to be counted wrong. And then 3 points for your final answer, and you have to have that P equals. All right, last one. All right, friends, this is our last problem, and I purposely made sure that we had a side that we need to figure out. So I can go ahead and tell you, is everything labeled? You can look over there and tell that that's a big fat right. No, everything is not labeled. So when it's not all labeled, you will have question marks where you will need to fill it out. And you can see that on your third problem today, you have two sides that are not labeled that you're going to have to figure out. All right, so let's keep going. We know that this is not labeled, so we need to label it. That's our first step. Here is your shape. Take a moment to pause the video and draw this shape on your whiteboard with the labels. Pause. Great. And now pause the video and make sure that you have these 4 steps written out. You do not need a lot of space up here. You do not need a lot of space here. But here you need room for 2 things and you need room for 2 things here. Okay? All right. So first step, is everything labeled? Corner to corner, yes. Corner to corner, yes. Corner to corner, no. Corner to corner, yes. 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 That is our only missing side. We need to figure out what that side is. Now, in order to do that, we are going to have to look at the lines. Since this missing side is a horizontal line, we are going to have to use all the other horizontal lines on this figure or on this shape to help us. So I'm going to find all of my horizontal lines and I'm going to mark over them in another color. Horizontal, horizontal. Miss Caldwell has also been telling you that if it's a horizontal line, you're looking for the other lines that run parallel to it, meaning they're never going to touch. Parallel, never going to touch. It can be this way. It can honestly be this way. It can be that way. It can be any which way as long as they do not touch. So these lines will never touch each other if they were to go on and on forever. All right. So we're going to look at the other horizontal lines. We have a measurement of 11. We have a measurement of 4. And we have a measurement of 3. I am missing something in between here. I like to say dot to dot, this is 4. So if the top is 4, then dot to dot, the bottom is also, yes, I'm going to move this down just a little bit. Get it out my way. If that's 4, then this is 4. Now we have dot to dot or corner to corner. Dot to dot. Do we know what that is? No, we do not. Then we have dot to dot. This is 3. So dot to dot, this is perfect, 3 centimeters. This whole thing is 11. From all the way from this dot right here to this dot, all the way across is 11 because that's the measurement that we were given in the beginning. So the whole thing is 11. This part is 4. This part we don't know. And this part is 3. How are we going to figure out what this missing part is? Absolutely. You guys are getting really good at this. 4 plus something plus 3 gives me 11. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Put 7 in the bank and count to 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that must mean that my missing side is 4 centimeters. Let me check one more time. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 3 is 11. So it looks like my missing side is 4 centimeters. Perfect. All right, let me get some of this stuff off of here so that it's not confusing. I'm going to put my 11 back where it belongs. All right, rocking and rolling. Was it labeled? No. Did we label it? Yes, we're good to go. Next step, we need to break this shape. Now I look over here, and unfortunately, it does not matter how we break it, because any which way we break it, we're going to have 3. If we break it horizontally, we have this one, and this one. If we break it vertically, we still have this one, this one, this one. It is completely up to you how you break it, but because I already have it broken vertically, I'm going to go ahead and roll with that. All right, get rid of those arrows. I need to use my area formula. Area equals length times width. I've got to find the area of this one. I've got to find the area of this one. And I have to find the area of this one. So when I go over here, I've broken it. Yes, we will see that it's been broken. When I go over here, I'm going to start with my formula, because this time I don't have 2, I have 3. So area equals length times width plus length times width plus length times width, because there's 1, 2, 3 rectangles over there for me to figure out. All right? Get rid of a little bit of that lines. Rolling on. What is the length of this first rectangle? Now you have the measurements in case you're having trouble seeing mine. You have them on yours because I gave you the picture very closely. Area equals, yes, 4 centimeters times, what is going to be my width? So this is my length for this one. I'm going to use that one. What is my width? Do I use this 3 or do I use this 7? Think about it. I want to know this whole shape. The whole shape. Correct. We're going to use that 7 because we need the whole length of the whole shape. That 3 is just from dot to dot here, so that's not going to work. So 4 times 7 centimeters. Area equals, what is 4 times 7? You're getting good at those facts. 28, and do not forget to put centimeters, and I don't have enough room, so I'm going to write it under it. And square. Perfect. Now you can go ahead and plug it in for your first one if you want to. Area equals 4 centimeters times 7 centimeters. That's as far as we go for that one. All right, if you want to go ahead and do the next step down here, you can say area equals 28 centimeters square. And get ready because we are still adding 2 more. We got to figure it out for the other 2. All right, next, what is the length and what is the width? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I just realized something. Now that I've broken this shape up, I've got another missing side. So let's first look at it, because I don't have any measurements right here, and this side is 7 and this side is 7, but this side it doesn't tell me. So now I have to figure out what this missing side is. If the whole thing is 7, and this because now we gotta look at vertical lines. If the whole thing is 7 and this part is 3, 3 plus what number can give me 7? Perfect. So that means that this is also 4 centimeters, which means that this is actually a square because it has the same measurements. All right, and the rule in geometry is a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle is not a square. We'll learn that, don't worry. So we've got 4 centimeters for my, what is this? My length or my width? Perfect, 4 centimeters for my length. We have 4 centimeters for my width. Area equals, what is 4 times 4? Absolutely, 16 centimeters square. So I'm going to go over here, put my next one in. 4 centimeters times 4 centimeters plus, I still got to figure that one out. 4 times 4 is 16 centimeters square. Perfect. Rolling on along. What is my length and my width of this final one? My length and my width of the final rectangle. Yes, my length is 3 centimeters times, what is my width? 7 centimeters. Area equals, what is 3 times 7? Good job, 21. And don't forget to write centimeters square. Let's go over here, plug it in. We are running out of room. 3 centimeters times 7 centimeters. And that gave us 21 centimeters square. We are not quite done yet. We have to figure out what this equals, and we have to make sure we move all 4 of our circles, because you have 4 circles where you're going to drag them to show me the numbers that you're multiplying. So for this rectangle, we multiplied the 4 and the 7. For this square, we multiplied the 4 and the 4, and then we multiplied the 3 times the 7. All right, last step. Add it all up. We have 28, we have 16, we have 21. It is completely up to you how you do it, but I only stack 2 numbers at one time. So I'm going to go 28 plus 16. 8 plus 6, 14. Carry my 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 1 more is 4. So this together equals 44 centimeters square. I still need to add my 21 centimeters square. So I'm going to say 44 plus 21. 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 plus 2 is 6. Equals 65 centimeters square, and somewhere I have to have my area equals, so I'm going to go ahead and put equals area, and that is my final answer, my friends. All right, if you have questions, please join us live. Tonight is your last opportunity to join us live for office hours so that we can assist you with any questions that you are having. You can always send us messages on your personal assignments, and please do your best. Join us live every chance you can. Just so you guys know, I went on and changed this to 25 points because I realized that this page is worth 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. This one is worth 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 13. And then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Just wanted to clarify.